Ferguson, Missouri, they had the anniversary of the riots and the shooting that happened a year ago. And of course, people decided that they're going to riot again in those neighborhoods and clash with the cops. Well, after a day or two of this going on, to my knowledge, as of right now, 4 gentlemen showed up, and they're with the Oath Keepers group. They're wearing body armor, they're carrying rifles, and they're carrying pistols. In Missouri, they have open carry. So you can open carry a pistol, and they didn't have any law, I guess, against open carrying a long arm, as long as you don't point it or threaten anyone. So these guys are out there, 4 guys, Oath Keepers, former law enforcement / military guys are in Oath Keepers typically, and they're helping kind of guard the reporters and stuff like that for InfoWars and stuff like that is what I've heard. So the cops don't like them there, but the cops have their hands tied because they're not breaking the law. They can be out there with their rifles and their pistols and stand there. And then the African American populace who's rioting doesn't like it there because they're not the cops. And the cops have rules they have to follow. So I think it's an amazing dynamic in our country, showing the ineptitude of the way that the police and the communities that would riot and stuff kind of have this interesting dynamic. It's kind of like a big game of Red Rover, I guess, to them, where they're pushing each other, but they don't want to go too far, and maybe the police will overstep their authority, and maybe the rioters will do something to make the police react, but they know that there's a set of rules that they can behave by. And then these 4 guys show up who don't have any rules. Oh my. What happens if 100 people surround these guys and threaten them? Well, they're not the cops. They can do whatever they feel is right to defend themselves and then work it out in a court of law later. And that's what I guess the populace really doesn't like, is these guys are out there and it doesn't say police on their outfits. They're basically acting like civilian contractors do overseas, which is an interesting dynamic that the most effective process to work with rioters or to work against the federal government overstepping their bounds is to basically send in civilian contractors that behave like they did overseas to step in their way and say, nope, you can't do that, and just stand there. It's just an amazing time in America right now with all that's going on. Right or wrong, obviously the system is hosed, because if this is what it takes to keep people in check, then the system is broken. So that's my opinion on the matter.